Today on Troy Hill Talks, we dive into the Salamander King, an indie gem directed by Austin Nichols that captures the heart and humor of Austin's disappearing creative spirit. Join me as we explore this refreshing story about friendship, community, and preserving the soul of a city. Have you ever felt like your favorite places are slowly being replaced by luxury apartments and coffee chains? You'll immediately feel connected to this story. Austin, Texas, once known as a haven for misfits, artists, and free spirits, is changing rapidly. However, the Salamander King is here to remind us of what made Austin unique in the first place. Directed by Austin Nichols, known for his work in One Tree Hill and The Walking Dead, this marks his first feature-length directorial debut. I caught this film as part of my coverage at the Dallas International Film Festival, and I have to say, it was one of the real standouts of the festival lineup. Without diving into spoilers, the Salamander King follows a group of Austinites who have built their lives and friendships around the Muni golf course. As Austin grows and corporate interests threaten their beloved space, the tight-knit group faces the reality that their way of life and their found family may soon disappear. The story taps into larger themes: gentrification, cultural preservation, and the importance of public spaces where community can flourish. Tonally, the movie gave me Swingers or even an Office Space type of vibe. It was grounded, character-driven, and filled with moments that capture the beauty in everyday life. The characters are the soul of the Salamander King. Instead of relying on cliches, the film introduces us to fully formed individuals, people with quirks, flaws, and undeniable charm. Literally people I can see myself hanging out with. There's a warmth to this ensemble cast. You can feel the real camaraderie between the actors, which adds to the authenticity of their relationships on screen. Each character brings a different perspective to the table, yet they are unified by their shared love for Muni and what it represents. Austin Nichols clearly has a deep respect for these types of characters. He gives them space to breathe, making their small victories and setbacks feel meaningful without being overly sentimental. The great chemistry amongst the group sells the story, and this feels like a real community you could imagine running into on a lazy afternoon in Austin, or anywhere as far as that goes. Look, I really enjoyed The Salamander King. The dialogue feels organic, the kind of conversations you'd overhear on a real golf course or a local dive bar. Casual, sharp, and unforced. The music fits perfectly, blending indie vibes with the laid-back, slightly rebellious spirit of old-school Austin. Visually, the film captures the spirit of Austin's beauty. You're not seeing the polished tourist version of the city. You're seeing its heart, the fading murals, the old haunts, and people fighting to preserve them. My only real hiccup with the movie is that the pacing in the second act slows a little more than it needs to be. However, even that feels intentional, as if the film is encouraging us to slow down and appreciate the moment, much like these characters do. Overall, I'm giving The Salamander King a solid 4 out of 5. It's funny, heartfelt, and quietly powerful, the kind of movie that reminds you why independent cinema still matters. In a world where cities are changing faster than we can keep up, The Salamander King reminds us that community, history, and human connection are worth fighting for. Right now, the film is seeking distribution, so if this sounds like your kind of movie, keep an eye out for it at future film festivals across the country. And fingers crossed we'll be seeing it in theaters once it secures a wider release. Again, this was part of my Dallas International Film Festival coverage and is exactly the kind of indie movie that deserves more love. If you love movies that focus on character over spectacle and community over conflict, this one should absolutely be on your radar. But now I want to hear from you. What's a special place in your hometown that you think deserves to be preserved? For me, Southport, Illinois, Captain's Galley. Best subs in the damn world. You can book that and write it down. But seriously, let's talk about it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dive reviews, indie spotlights, and conversations about movies that matter. Thanks for watching Troy Hill Talks, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.